All
Hello.
smiles. How you doing, Roy?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
Yeah, awesome.
I obviously I messaged you earlier. This has come around so quick, but I realized today that it was our live call, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wow,
Ah, how exciting.
yeah."
And I realized today, even though I knew, I'm like, oh, it's February. It's like what happened to January, What happened to that month? I don't know.
It's just like we knew this anyway, didn't we? We've spoken about this how everything's gonna be speeding up. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. And
it's a
it's gonna
real
be
ride.
speeding up even more now, right? So that's really super exciting. Yeah.
Yeah,
So welcome to our full moon in Leo live, right? 1st of August, and we are in disbelief that it's actually already February. I mean, I
n-
said 1st of August. I mean 1st of February.
we know what you
Ooh,
mean.
that's a Freudian slip, and next
Yeah,
month it's gonna be August. We're like, boom.
that year did go quick.
What happened to summer? Yeah. No, but I really really experienced it going really really quite fast at this moment in time, and but I'm happy that we're here. It's almost like it's also this sensation of like I can't wait to begin,
Yeah.
because for me when the new year came around I was nowhere near ready to kind of like start a new year and let's get going. I was more like, okay, I guess more trauma to go through. So I don't know about you.
Yeah, and like this has come up for me quite a lot recently about how the new year, as we've got it in the Gregorian calendar, isn't
Yeah.
it's not aligned with our natural rhythm and the earthly rhythm. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was totally the same. I went into the new year with hope,
Yeah.
but no direction really. It was just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like, let's just see how this works out. So yeah,
Yeah.
things are starting to fall into place a bit more now, I feel.
Exactly. And as you were and I were talking in our little pre-talk here, it's so amazing to get to be aware of the astrology, get to do these updates, get to be like tied to whatever's happening, because then you can nod it back into your own life and be like, huh, that's why this is happening. And so the reason why we're kind of in this slow movement, as we were just both talking about, is because we're not really supposed to be moving yet. Come, I actually feel like today, it's our in kind of in the beginning movement. We're ready. We created, we put on our clothes, we're at the starting line, we're just kind of ready to start our sprint. It's almost like today it's that, and then it's just going to continue on February 17th when we like really get that, somebody puts up the gun in the air and like we all start running.
Yeah, really get off the starting blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a few videos today about the things that are going on, and this
Mm,
seems to be that start of everything kind of coming to fruition, doesn't it? It's like
yeah.
we've had our restful period throughout the winter and everything, and I know we're still in winter, but yeah, things are starting to materialize now. So
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And what I'm really excited about today also is because the full moon is in Leo. There's so much beauty about Leo. You and I've been talking about, and many other people along with us have been talking about this whole difference between moving through life from our mind and moving through life from our heart. And
yeah,
Leo is heart based. Leo is passionate, is compassionate, is leadership, is strong, and kind of you know happens in the middle of summer, so there's a lot of sunshine around Leo, a lot of like exuberance, and so there's this very positive movement down into our hearts today. And I think that's absolutely beautiful, where we start to connect from here instead of connecting intellectually from our minds and from our thought patterns.
yeah, without a doubt. And you may know a bit more on this, but I came across something called the 121 portal. And
Mm,
it's all about kind of speed manifesting and um, the importance of like setting these intentions for ourselves, which they're not just it's not just an activity, it's it's something that moves us forward, isn't it?
yeah. I love that, the 121 portal.
Yeah,
That's beautiful because you have the two ones, which is the beginning, right? And then you have the two in between there. So it's almost like it's that beautiful sandwich, of intention and starting something new and really getting going with that. And I feel that so deeply too. It's like we're slowly coming out of the shedding phase and moving into this activity phase. And I think a lot of us have actually, quite frankly, been waiting for it.
yeah,
It's like we've been preparing ourselves.
yeah. There's towards the I have been in this, especially creatively. Now, I
Mm,
know there's things that I want to be doing and that kind of thing. And there's been like these distant pokes, kind of like, you should do this, you should do that. For
mhm.
instance, one thing with my content, I really want to incorporate my piano. Now, I'm not Mozart by any means, but just the joy of sound and the resonance and all that kind of thing, I think
Yeah.
is just so beautiful. So, and I've started creating another channel. So this was before I even knew a lot about what this new moon holds. And yeah, it's just beautiful
Beautiful.
the way that we're given these opportunities.
Yes. I love that because that's kind of the second big theme that I'm seeing, which is we're at the starting point, and what new thing do we want to bring forth in our life? Like what new project? So you were talking about how you decided to do, to create another music channel essentially.
Yeah,
And in my life, all of a sudden, somebody came to me and wanted to do a project very far away from where I am. And I was like, "Ooh, this is exciting, traveling and all this stuff," right? So it's kind of like there's newness to it. So what new thing is coming into your life? Is it a new project? Is it a new creation? Is it a new relationship? Is it a new job? Are you moving? So there's very much like, what is it that you want to create in your life right now?
yeah. And I think one thing that I've really realized is just speaking up and being honest with ourselves as well about what it is that we want.
Yeah.
Because, and I've made a couple of videos recently about this, just finding out, being so aligned with ourselves that we know that we're doing or creating things
Mm,
that align with our soul and not just what we're told we should do.
mm. Wow. It's what comes to my mind is being the hero of your own life.
Yeah,
Which is very much Leo energy too. Stepping up for yourself and becoming that part of yourself that always wanted to come out of you, but perhaps you were too afraid, or people tell you, oh no, that's never going to work, or you're not a Mozart, right? Because
yeah,
none of us are except for him.
yeah,
So it's impossible. And then we put ourselves to those standards, and people around us say, oh no, that's just a pipe dream. But those are the things that make us unique. Those are the things that make us special. And that is what I've heard so many times, and it's so true, is the things that we're passionate about, the things that like make us sing, essentially, those are the things that are our uniqueness. Those are the
yeah.
things that our souls want us to do.
It's incredible, isn't it? I've really had some deep introspection recently. Just the wonder of life, how
Mhm.
miraculous it is. We've all got our own perfectly unique outlook on life, and I think
Mm.
it's just wonderful the fact that
Yeah.
we're so different yet so connected.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we get to experience that more and more now as we
Yeah,
tune into our hearts more and more. We start to feel it's almost as if, when we used to make friendship based on, oh, he likes similar things to what I like, we think the same way, we have the same interests, that was a certain kind of friendship. But when you make friendships based on, I really feel a heart connection here.
yeah,
I really feel like I can speak to this person. I can tell them anything that I want. Nobody's going to be offended. I can share my deepest secrets that I thought were, out of bounds, way too ugly, whatever, wherever you have you, like all the guilt and shame. And you start to feel yourself come alive in those relationships.
Yeah, and you stop when we hide stuff from ourselves. From well, we can't hide it from ourselves, but when we're walking around trying to hide parts of us,
Mm,
the amount of energy that we put in, and we're just carrying that around all the time. So just as you say, making those connections with people that are, you the heartfelt connections, you can,
mm.
yeah, you just release all of that crap you've been carrying around and focus your energy on something that's worthwhile.
Yeah. It's so interesting you say that, because I just was listening to someone this week and they were talking about how becoming in awareness or becoming enlightened, or, sort of opening up that field onto yourself again, it's like just having a huge backpack or a huge, like, sack that you've been carrying, and you just put that down and you feel so light, because all of a sudden you don't have to carry around your judgments and your guilt about what happened when you were 3 years old, and the structure that you created around yourself, like, I'm this kind of person, so therefore I have to dress this way, have a haircut that's like this, and talk like this, and read these types of books, and you just put all that down,
Yeah,
and there you are, free to be who you truly are.
yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just such a relief, and I think many times we don't put that whole backpack down at the same time, but
No,
it's almost like we're taking things out of it and we're leaving it on this, on our journey, we're leaving it on the path. And then we put the backpack on and it's a little bit less heavy, right? But then we stop and we take another thing out. And that's kind of our healing process.
yeah, that's really beautiful, and it sums up so many parts of the spiritual journey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've talked about before forgiveness, for instance, not
Yeah.
forgiving the person for what they did, but just releasing yourself of carrying that burden of resentment and whatever around with you.
Yeah. Exactly. And also, as I'm thinking about it, so you literally have to stop, put your backpack down, take something out of it, and put it on the side of the road. Meaning that each time you're going through this kind of transformation, you have to have a little pause in your life so that
Yeah,
you can take that thing out and put it to the side and then pack it all up again, right?
yeah, I
And
love
that's
that
how it's
actually.
happened for me in my
Yeah,
life. It's like I have to have a slow down period in order for me to release things. Otherwise, I'm just keep on going, right? And I don't have time to unload from that backpack because I'm busy running.
yeah, and that's what we're taught through life, isn't it? Really, we just um, push our own needs and our soul's path aside to
Mhm.
do the day to day things.
Mm. Yeah, so true. So stepping into that Leo energy, becoming
Yeah,
your spiritual hero, becoming the version of you that you were meant to be, following that passion, following that love in your heart. I think that theme is huge right now, for me and for a lot of other people as well, as we're stepping into that energy today.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. That's really beautiful. Um,
yeah.
One thing that's been coming up for me recently, and I've seen in my research as well, is just finding that balance, which ties in with this. Um, it's so basically with work, I often feel like I'm not very productive. I am productive at certain times of the day, but it's taken me a long time actually to realize that just keeping pushing and pushing and pushing doesn't solve anything. So it's
Mhm.
best to be productive and find a balance and
Mm,
do the nice things, take a break, be present, do some meditation. And then, yeah, it's just there's less effort in.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. What I'm also noticing is I actually don't have it in me to do the 8-hour work week. Like I,
No,
I actually don't have that, and I'm not sure anyone does, to have that energy to just kind of keep on going for the whole day. And I'm noticing that more and more, that that's not what's calling to me anymore. And
No.
I'm also being called to try to shake things up, to do things differently. Maybe I'll do a little bit of this and then I'll change and I'll do something else, and then I'll get up and I get a cup of tea and then do something else. So it's not this kind of like monotonous of, oh, just checking off the boxes and doing this continually like I used to.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think it's important not to feel guilty about taking those breaks, to go and have
Yeah.
some tea, maybe sit out in the garden for 5 minutes and
Hmm.
just yeah, because we can feel guilty, can we? But yeah, it's important to take those breaks, and that's what I've been doing recently, and I've it's been a major shift. So
Yeah, that's amazing. How do you start your day? Do you have any kind of tips for right now in terms I'm thinking just kind of that, we have that energy of really being called back into our heart. Have
yeah,
you noticed that there's a difference in you and how you start your day or how you move throughout your day?
yeah. What I used to do was set my alarm for very early, and I never really got up very early, to be honest. So it would just
Snooze, snooze.
yeah, I would snooze, and then it would be a stressful start to the day. So now I'm just
Yeah,
like, either wake up naturally if I've got nothing really pressing, or set my alarm for a little bit later, and then I usually lie in bed and do some meditation, feel my body before I get up. So
mm,
that's just a calmer start to the day, really. Because
yeah,
before, the alarm would go off. I'd snooze so much, I'd be jumping out of bed, rushing into the day, and it was just
yeah.
you're starting from a you're starting on the back foot, really. Then, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's something that I've been conscious about lately. Like, I start each morning by just tuning into my own energy. Like, I'll
Yeah,
stay in bed, it's just a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be, an hour meditation, but just a few minutes, just to you know, go back in bed and just tune into my own energy and also set the intention for what kind of energy I want to experience that day. So I'll set the intention for, let's say, being peaceful
yeah,
or being in joy or being happy. And then throughout the day, I keep on reminding myself. And it's what I found is it's so powerful to do it because it's like a tuning fork. It sets the energy field for your entire day.
yeah. It truly does. It makes the world a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got
And
you to thank for that, actually, because we've spoken before about meditating in
ah,
the morning, and it's something that, as you say, just a couple of minutes, it does.
yeah. It doesn't have to be very long, but
No,
it makes a huge, huge difference. And if I get out of the practice, then I notice it right away.
yeah,
It's so easy to be swept away in all the current. And I think, we spoke about the Leo energy, but also the backdrop to the Leo energy right now is there's a lot of fast moving energy going on. So it's so easy to be jazzed up. It's so easy to get caught in the news or in social media or any of the other kind of fast moving energies that we have around us and just get dragged along the entire day. And I think also right now, what we're seeing is, as we've talked about many times, you and I, the crash of the social economic system that we're in. But what I'm also noticing, which is like a duh moment, it's that it's the same crash is happening in me,
yeah,
the same dying of the old structure within me, the same kind of release of that chaotic hierarchy energy, which I was using to push myself too hard.
yeah,
That's falling down in me as well. And it's important to realize that maybe sometimes that's happening too quickly for our comfort. And so it's nice to take some time out for yourself in these energies, I would say.
yeah, yeah. That's. I've made a note actually about breaking free from habits and identities.
Mm,
I think that's going to speed up with this new energy, especially. It seems to be that the major energy, the portal, is in these first couple of days of February, isn't it?
yeah, for sure. It's changing, and it's kind of easy to talk about it, easy to listen to it, but quite difficult to experience it in the
Yeah,
body.
yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it can really feel
Yeah.
like you're being beaten about.
Yeah.
So
Quite confusing also,
yeah,
right? It's I don't know. It's as if you're trying out a new sport or something, and you don't know the rules, and you don't know how to behave, and you're not quite sure which size the ball is, and then you're off you go.
that's a perfect analogy. Actually,
Yeah.
I love that.
You're just trying to figure out. It's almost like you're trying to figure out the rules and the game as you're playing it. Nobody
Yeah,
told you, right? It's like, okay, I don't know what's gonna work here.
yeah. For, trust is a huge thing for me, especially lately, and it has been for a while. I know we've spoken about it, but
Mm.
the yeah, loosening that grip of control and just playing the sport, just doing it. That's what we get to do, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, and I like that, and even more, it's like forget about the rules.
Yeah,
Play the sport the way that you want to play it.
yeah,
Go backwards, be upside down, like roll around on the floor, and then just do whatever, with the ball. Or I don't know, maybe there isn't even a ball, maybe it's a
yeah,
dance of sorts. And just enjoy it for what it is, and don't expect a judge to be there and tell you, oh no, you did wrong there, but just kind of go with it.
yeah. I love that actually. That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking into this. I think just ripping up
Mm-hmm.
that rule book and just going with what
Mm-hmm.
feels good.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny. How interesting that we live in a society, we live in a context where we actually need to rip up the rule book. Like, why is it there to begin with?
Yeah,
Just think about that for a second. Like, why do we have a structure? We build such a structure around everything that now we have to look at it and be like, that no longer fits me. But why was it there to begin with?
I had an image come to me when you said that, and it was just kind of like being in line, not stepping out of line. Just yeah.
Stand up straight.
I think the problem is for people who want to kind of keep you in line and control you is if everyone has this mentality, then they're going to become obsolete, really, aren't they? Because you realize, well, I can live my life this way, and it's much more fulfilling, and I can
Mhm.
provide good to the world, and all this kind of thing, which
Yeah.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't fit with
Mm.
society's rules, I suppose,
Mhm.
does it?
Mm. And that's a beautiful Leo energy right there, where you become your own leader, you become your
Yeah,
own spiritual master, and you get to decide who you want to be, and you get to design your own rules, and you get to play by those rules, and you get to change them all the time as well. So, like, truly stepping into your own heart and just tuning into and saying, I used to play by the rules, but now I want to be an individual. Now I
yeah.
want to shine.
As you were saying that, there's like a kind of solar plexus sacral area. I just felt excitement. Like childhood excitement when I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going. It was just like, and I'm clenching my fist. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, yeah, finally,
Yeah,
finally, I get to do all the things that I've been wanting to do. Because Leo is so, I would say, I mean, there's a shadow side to Leo too, but I think the positive side of Leo is it's so um, confident.
yeah,
Moves through a space. How a lion moves on the savannah. It like knows it's the king of the hill, right? It doesn't have anything chasing it. It's just moving slowly, relaxing slowly, and there's just such amazing beauty. And if you think about that image of like a really beautiful lion on the savannah, it's like that's who we're allowed to become now in
Yeah,
our own worlds.
that's beautiful. I love lions.
Me too. I think we all do, except if
Yeah.
we're like too close to them and they're freaking us out.
Yeah, from a distance.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, what? You weigh 300 kilos? Oh, okay.
they have some big teeth.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
they're incredibly big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And one thing I've got on my little notes here as well is about, well, I've said about speaking out, but courage, which is obviously the lion's traits.
Yeah.
Just having that courage to step out and
Yeah.
show your weirdness, show your freaky side, and just yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah. You know what's really amazing too? Because we know that in the background, Pluto went into Aquarius, and so we're in the age of Aquarius, kind of, right? And that whole backdrop of energy is activated, and Aquarius is on the opposite side exactly of Leo. So Leo, you have that kind of courage, heart centered, beautiful energy, and on the other side, you have Aquarius, which is very much in the humanitarian, co-creating, team building, doing leadership from a whole nother perspective than what we've been used to, very much like, how can we do this together?
yeah,
So I love how those two energies are coming together today. And, obviously it spreads on both sides of the full moon, that kind of energy. But it's as if when we're stepping into our true energy, we're also stepping into that true energy of society, of that Aquarian energy, where we can really create a new world together
yeah,
from our hearts into other people's hearts and into society's heart, where we truly care about other people, and we really feel as if when someone else is hurt, it's also hurting me.
yeah, yeah. That's really beautiful. And there's, for me, I don't see any other way
Right.
for humanity to progress other than that,
Yeah.
because we've
Yeah.
obviously, there's a lot going on in the world at the minute, which I don't tend to involve myself too much with, but that's there's no way that we can continue the way that we are or have
We
been.
can't. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Like, all of those things, they need to fall away. They've been part of that backpack that we were talking about before, and they need to
Yeah,
just well, we need to see them first, and that's why we have chaos in the world right now, and then it needs to slowly be let down and fall away with love and peace, because it
yeah,
brought us here and everything is perfect in that. Actually, I was listening to one of my favorite spiritual teachers this week, and he was having a talk about how whatever you're in right now, that's it. Like, this is your life. This is it. You have nowhere to go. It's not going to get better tomorrow. It wasn't worse yesterday. And you can just be peaceful in the fact that whatever your life has been up until this point, that's it.
yeah,
And my first reaction was like, no. Like, no, like, it can't get better, right? Like, that's what I'm working towards. That's why, and then it's like, oh wait, no, like, it's not that. It's like, this is it. And still, I can still be hopeful about tomorrow, but I first have to find peace, that in this very moment and in every single moment that I've ever been in my life, that's it.
yeah. That's a lot to come to terms with, isn't it?
It's a lot to come to terms with, and my whole being reacted at first, but then he kept on speaking about it, and it made me relax so much.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, I can breathe out right now. So it's not to look negatively at the fact that we're going through this huge transformation right now, and the world around us is crumbling, and we're crumbling. That's it. It's fine. That's where we
yeah,
are right now.
yeah. What's come to me is taking that need to fix things out of the equation.
Yeah.
And it comes back even to just being. There's nothing to do. We just
Yeah.
be.
Yes. Exactly. Just be. It's like the hardest thing ever, right?
Yeah,
How come that's so hard?
it is tough because that's not that's not what we've been taught, is it? We've been taught we get to places by doing. So, and
Yeah.
I've been going through a Eckhart Tolle course for the past
Mm.
couple of months, and he made the distinction, which it kind of it blew the top of my head off basically. And he mentioned about the two aspects, the human and the being. And I've never
Mm.
seen it so clearly before. But when he said
Mm.
that, I was like, wow, there's the human mind and all the things that we need to do. And then there's just the being part of us.
Right. I love that because
Yeah,
it becomes so like clear when you
yeah,
separate those two things out. Wow,
yeah.
it's the human and it's the being. Mm.
And there is a balance, isn't there? Obviously, taking inspired action and that kind of thing, that's what moves us
Of
forward.
course.
We,
Yeah.
well, we wouldn't get a lot done if we just sat in a room, would we? And just but then we need that, don't we? Like the meditation, the exercises that we do, the being, to give us the insights and the inspiration to take those next steps. So
Mhm. Yeah. Creating that balance, but also truly being in the moment of action as well.
yeah,
Not forgetting, not letting go of that piece of ourselves just as soon as we move into action, but
yeah,
bringing that with us the whole time, or actually creating the action from that being state.
yeah, yeah. Presence is a big thing that I'm not even working on this presence.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
just kind of manifesting itself, and
Mm.
anger and things does come up. Life keeps going, doesn't it? But
It really
to
does.
be present with what's going on is just
Mhm.
wow. If I'd known this 5, 10 years ago, it'd just be yeah. It's just such a peaceful place.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, that this is it. It's like you were meant to not know that 5, 10 years ago, and now you're meant to know it.
Yeah.
And there is no guarantee for you remembering it tomorrow.
No.
You might have to rediscover it again 20 times. And that's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's things that catch you off guard, isn't there?
There
Someone
is.
might cut you up in traffic or do
Yeah.
something.
Traffic is such an interesting thing
It
because you
is.
can be in the most peaceful state, and then all of a sudden somebody cuts you off, and this inner demon wakes up, and you scream, "Ah!" Right? "You
Yeah.
idiot!" And then you're thinking, and then you relax, and you're like, "What just happened? What just happened?" And the ridiculousness of the situation is like you don't even know what's going on with that person, right?
No.
Maybe they made a mistake, maybe they were in a rush. We all do crazy things, and we all drive badly as well. It's not just the people that are cutting us off, we're cutting other people off too, and another day. But it's almost like that awakens something in us, that rage when you're on the road. It's incredible. Like around here, we have these cars, they drive really slow. They're meant for like 16-year-olds, and they can
Oh,
drive
okay.
30 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
And when I end up behind one of those cars and I'm in a rush, it's easy to feel like you're boiling over, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
without a
such
doubt.
a
And
it's
then
such a yeah, it's an interesting phenomena to observe within yourself. What is really happening in traffic?
yeah, and on the flip side as well, perhaps if you make a mistake and someone beeps their horn or
Yes.
sticks their
Yeah.
fingers at you or shouts at you or whatever, that can hit quite hard. But then
Oh yeah.
there's a moment of clarity that comes after that for me at the
Me
moment
too.
where
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, okay, and you may be having a bad day. Perhaps you are rushing. Perhaps someone's ill, or that's
Yeah.
you've taken your concentration's gone and you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not taking that to heart and letting it ruin your day, which I used to for me. If
Mhm.
that happened on my way to work, then I'd be furious going into work and everything would just pile up. So
And that's such a silly thing, right?
yeah.
It's like a small incident. It's like, who cares? It's not gonna ruin your day, there was no accident, like nothing happened, You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an interesting phenomena. It's
it
a
is.
and again back to the Leo, it's like our pride is being hurt somehow, our a pride of being like a good driver, How dare they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm making fun of myself now. I know it's actually quite fun.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's uh, yeah, life is interesting, and it really gives us reflections each and every single day on, what we still have to work on, where we're going. Even though we're going nowhere, we're still going somewhere, which is it's a big paradox of life too. We're still changing, even though we're the same.
yeah, I've really been reflecting a lot recently about just how miraculous life is and even the human body. And I think we often forget, things are solid, aren't they? And I watched a really good, can't remember who the guy was, but he was a physicist
Mm.
um, or psychologist, I think he was. But he was saying about how everything is just space. Obviously,
Yes.
things that feel hard. This desk that I'm sat at feels hard, but
Yes.
it's just
Yeah.
space.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful way to keep on remind yourself of that, and I'm absolutely fascinated and intrigued by quantum physics and string theory and everything that has to do with the physical world, because once you get so deep into it, you start to realize there's like really nothing there.
No,
There's a bunch of like correlations of how energy moves and how energy interacts, and that's about it. And that's what creates our whole physical reality. It's a bunch of nothingness.
yeah,
And how it interacts with each other when it comes in contact, that energy field, so to speak. And that's what ties everything together. And you can't really, as humanity, we've already figured that out, right? Where physicists have already
yeah,
figured that out, that that's how the world works. And yet here we are, you and me talking to each other, just a bunch of two spaces.
yeah,
And sorry. And some other spaces are listening to us
yeah.
in this through this
But
phone that's also a bunch of space.
it's
It's
wild, isn't it?
crazy.
What
It's
it just
wild.
makes you think, why do we take everything so seriously?
Yeah. And
It's
also, at the same time, what like the way you started the discussion, how miraculous is life where
yeah,
all of that energy spaciousness organized itself into a perfect being like yourself.
yeah,
How is that even possible?
yeah. It's beyond comprehension, isn't it?
It's beyond comprehension. How all this chaotic space through a series of interactions can create a human body
Yeah, or anything. I look at my
or
dogs
anything.
now. I love my dogs dearly anyway, but I
Mm,
look at them and just realize what a wonder they are. It's just,
yeah,
and animals all have their own personalities and everything, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah, it just baffles me, but I just find it so
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But it from on a deeper level as well, it just makes me it helps me to let go because I'm just kind of like, well, none of this actually means anything. All of this stuff that I put importance on
Mhm.
is just a moment in time.
Yes. 100%. And also, My grandfather just passed away, a month or two ago, and inevitably a lot of his stuff ended up in our house. And I just found myself sitting there. There was this table, and then you drive a bunch of the clothes to like a secondhand store and so on, and your whole life, and there's stuff that you're leaving behind, but there's nothing left of you.
No.
Not even the hand that your ring used to sit on, or the wrist that your arm, no, your watch used to be on. None of that is here anymore. But all of your stuff is. There's just
Yeah.
something so strange about that.
It really is.
Yeah. It's like we accumulate all this stuff that has tremendous amount of meaning to us, right? If you have a wedding ring, or a golden watch, or something that is incredibly, or maybe a painting on the wall that you've had your whole life that you truly truly cherish, and then you're gone and there's nobody left to kind of hold that, to take care of that the same way you did.
Yeah. And to
They come
admire
to
it,
your
I've
house.
got
Yeah,
the painting behind me. A friend painted it of my dog, and it's a
yeah.
one. Every time I see it, it just brings me so much joy. But you're right. If someone else walked in here, they'd just think, "Oh, that's a nice dog." They wouldn't be the same importance that we
They'll
put
be like,
on
what are we
things.
gonna do with this crappy painting?
Yeah,
Who's gonna take it? Like, do
yeah.
you like it? No, I don't like it. Okay, let's just give it to secondhand store. I'm sorry for making fun of your painting, but
No,
like
no, it's true. Yeah,
you know, that's the way it ends up being. It's like something that means so much to me that I've maybe spent my whole life, accumulating and protecting and dusting and whatever, right? And then it ends up in a dumpster or in the secondhand store or at the relatives, or maybe it gets sold to some random person, right? And there's like, okay, what happened? That's it.
this this is such. I love the way our conversations always go off differently anyway, don't they? But I love how this has gone because it just what this makes me realize is our purpose is the most important thing. It's not, and I knew this anyway. Belongings, they they're nice to have around you. I like my piano. I like my phone. I like certain
Right.
things which are convenient, but yeah, none of it means anything as long we
Mhm.
just need to be living our purpose.
Yeah. And it's also, how do people remember us?
Yeah,
You know? It's there's sort of two things that come to my mind. One thing is the things that I truly cherish from previous generations are things that they made themselves. So, for example, my grandmothers, they made a lot of tablecloths, like beautiful things. One of my grandfathers, he made a lot of things out of wood, like, what can I say? Butter knives and
oh wow,
like really beautiful things,
yeah,
candle holders and things like that. Those things are the things that mean the most to me now. Not the things that they used to buy, but the things that they made. Yeah, because they hold a special. And then it's the feeling, it's the emotion that I have that are tied to
yeah,
them. How do I feel when I think about them? What memories do I cherish? And it's not the things that you think you're going to remember and really appreciate. It's kind of random moments that you remember so clearly and that you keep with you in your heart.
yeah,
And that's the only thing that we leave with other people. It's shared moments together.
yeah. That's so beautiful, and that's all energy, isn't it? It's the energy that we've maybe. I don't know. You
Yeah.
spent time with a friend, and you had like you all you did was laugh all day. You'll remember that
Mhm.
because of
Yeah,
the energy that was in there.
exactly. And then again, I know we're like on a tangent, but back to that Leo energy, all of it is in our heart.
Yeah,
We carry those, like that butter knife that my grandfather made. For someone else, it's just a butter knife. But
yeah,
because it's in my heart, because I'm carrying him there, it has meaning to me. And because I'm carrying, moments of my parents and grandparents, whatever, in my heart, that's how I experience the world from that perspective. So I think in this energy that we're in right now, to be brave and courageous enough to open our hearts just a little bit more.
Yeah. And there's a comment here which is beautiful actually. The Gentle Rebellion said, "The moment they and nothingness collided with ours and created something."
Oh,
That's really
wow.
beautiful.
Yes. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. So yeah, so the space of a person and the space of another person intersect, and somehow there's another energy created in there, which is the memory.
yeah.
And how we store that information, don't even ask me, because I don't know.
No, there was a little note I made as well, which I read up about, and it's about water.
Mm,
Water's been huge in my life, and one day I just woke up in awe of water, even though I'd used
mm,
it for 30 odd years previously.
you and
But
me both. Mm-hmm.
yeah, just I feel very fortunate to have water in my taps. I know people don't
Yes.
somewhere in the world, but there seems to be like a water energy here as well, like just being flexible. And someone explained it to me. Water can find its way anywhere, can't it?
Mm,
If you've got a little hole in your roof, suddenly it
yeah.
becomes a big problem. So
Yes.
yeah.
You're right.
And one thing I'll be doing this month is setting intentions whilst drinking water,
Mm-hmm.
because I think we've spoken about this before, but putting your intentions into that water and then nourishing your body with it is such a
Yes.
powerful thing to do.
It is. I agree with you. That's and good. Thank you for that reminder too, because water. I believe I've been fascinated by water my entire life, and as of late, I'm realizing why, which is the same realization that you're coming to. It's like water is just such a foundation of life,
Yeah,
and we are so privileged to have access to water. But water also contains energy and information, and some refer to it as liquid light. It has light codes in it, it has beautiful messages, it's containing and storing information. And coming back to where I said we don't know where the memories are being stored, I think water, which is that crystal of water, when it becomes ice, it has the potential to store all this information. And as water is moving through our body and through our systems, clouds and seas and so on and so forth, we're constantly receiving new information. And the water is it's like it's so primordial and it's so old. It's coming from the outer reaches of the galaxies, universes. And they've already proven that most of the water on Earth is older than Earth itself.
oh
So it's
wow,
coming from somewhere else,
yeah,
meaning that that is holding information for us from far, far away, from long ago times that we can't even wrap our minds around. So I 100% agree with you. Water is such a powerful, and if you can have that communication with your water before you drink it, and then, yeah, that's such an amazing practice.
yeah.
There's just true beauty in that. Yeah. Even when
Oh
you shower, you can go in and you can like ask the water to cleanse you of energies
yeah.
and so on.
Well, what's come to me now? Lots of people talk about how they get inspiration when they're showering. So that
Mm,
just makes complete sense, doesn't it?
yes, it does. It does.
Wow, you've expanded. I just feel like,
It always happens, right? It's
yeah,
beautiful.
wow,
But also like lakes and salt water,
yeah,
just going in there and like fully just relaxing. Like one of my favorite things to do is to go into the ocean and just lie on my back and watch the sky. I just
yeah,
hang around there, I float. And it's almost like as if I'm absorbing all the intelligence of the water around me. It's just washing over me. And it's such just a beautiful thing. I actually can't go into the water without doing that.
Wow.
It's like I just always do that. My husband
Yeah.
makes fun of me, but that's what I do.
That sounds so peaceful and beautiful.
Mm,
I've got a bit with the sea, especially. I've got a bit of a fear of being in the
mm,
water, but I'd
okay.
love to really get through that actually. So
Yeah, yeah,
perhaps this is my prompt to start letting
possibly.
go of that.
Yeah. It's so easy to float in salt water, you know? You
Yeah,
just lean back and relax and you're just floating. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like you're being held by this beautiful intelligence
yeah.
and it's just there for you and yeah, it feels absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it warms up in the UK, I'm doing that.
Yeah, I know. Well, it doesn't warm up much here, but I'm still doing it. You know, it can be quite cold in the summertime here, even
Yeah,
even when it's been warm, so to speak, but do it anyway.
yeah,
Yeah. It's all good. And I think in this kind of space that we're in, it's good to ground yourself against,
yes,
anything, but grounding yourself against water is also a beautiful practice because you're still holding on to that flexibility of water, right? You're grounding yourself to something that is quite flexible and quite fluid, which allows you to flow with whatever's going on in your life as well.
yeah. That's beautiful. And I
Mm.
suppose if it is too cold, we're very fortunate to have a babbling brook at the front of our house. So even
Mhm.
sitting next to the water,
Mm.
because we are just space. So that
Yeah.
energy is gonna come, isn't it?
Yes. And in that brook, there's never the same water twice, right? Each
No,
time you
wow,
step in,
yeah.
it's a new moment.
So much inspiration around water. I love this.
Yeah. Yeah. And how interesting that we're so much speaking about water now, but we started out speaking about Leo. So I guess there's something in here where there is because Aquarius is an air sign. And I totally my mind slipped what kind of sign Leo is. Is it an earth sign? I can't remember now. I apologize. But either way, it's almost as if, the water's coming in to allow ourselves to move to a space that's full of air and fire. Of course,
Fire.
fire. I
Yeah,
apologize. Yes. So the water is that grounding element because we're moving into air and fire now in all of our outer planets come April. So holding on to that water and grounding with those practices is something that's probably why we are guided to speak about it.
yeah. That's beautiful.
Hmm. Mm.
Yeah, I've got on my list, stay grounded, stay calm.
Yeah. Yeah. That should be on my forehead, so that I see it every day.
Uh,
It's like a mantra. I made this bracelet because I'm going through some very difficult shedding, and I'm still going through that. And I made a bracelet that says, "This too shall pass."
oh yeah, that's
Hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a reminder each and every day, right? That this slightly difficult time that's being perceived as being difficult right now, it shall pass as well.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I haven't got a
Mm.
physical object, but I always, since our last call, I know there's lots of variations on it, but the one that you shared with me was how good can this get? And I
Hmm.
love that. I've shared that so many times, and
Yes, me
people,
too.
it's there's just like a light bulb moment every time I share that, and they're like, "Wow,
Yes. Yeah, I know. Yeah, think I shared with you where I got it from. I was listening to a quantum physicist who's also very spiritual, and that was her mantra. And
yeah,
it hit me so deep, and I'm sharing it freely with everyone now because it's almost like it has this like spark to change every single situation you're in. It's like boom, you're in a different place. And someone else shared with me, and can this get better?
oh, I like that."
And I was like, ooh, Oh, that's nice. That's like a
Yeah,
little extra, how can it get even better?
yeah, that's beautiful. I love that.
Mm. Mhm.
Gentle reminders.
Yes, they get us through the day.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts about full moon in Leo for you that's coming up?
Um, for me, I'm in a very trusting place anyway, and things happen, but I'm always
Mm.
asking myself, how good can this get? What would
Mhm.
God have me do?
Mm.
But I feel like this is a real starting point now for this new journey that I'm going on. I'm not going to
Yeah.
quit the channel that I've got because I love. There's lots of ideas coming through at the minute.
Mhm.
I
Nice.
filmed 2 videos earlier, and then I went to the supermarket, and I just had to make a note in my phone because I was like, "Oh my god, there's a video that I want to create about diamonds are created under pressure." And I
Yes.
just love that. I was like, "Wow, this is." It was like
Yeah.
ding. so
Yeah.
so yeah,
How beautiful.
just following my purpose. I think that's what
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to, and allowing. I'm allowing that to happen. So
Mhm. That's absolutely beautiful. I love that, and it's right on time with all the energies. I really do feel like there is a new beginning and a new kind of juncture that we're in, all of us,
yeah,
all of humanity. Every single person on this planet is in this juncture of a new beginning, and truly it is, how good can this get?
yeah,
Because I think it's going to be absolutely amazing as we start to transform, as we start to change, as we start to kind of adapt these new versions of ourselves that actually used to be the old versions of ourselves that we hid away from, because it didn't fit in
yeah,
perfectly perhaps. So I agree with you. There's tremendous momentum in the air. And if people are not really feeling it yet, it's because there is still a couple of weeks, 2 more weeks until we hit the new year for in the Chinese astrology, and then
yeah,
it's really gonna start to kick off.
yeah.
Yeah.
The year of the horse.
Yes. Not just any horse, the
No,
fire horse.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how
Well,
about
thank you so
yourself?
much. Yeah. Oh, for me, yeah, I like I said, I'm experiencing new things coming into my life. Things that have just come in over the last week. New projects, new people, exciting things. Like it's far away places like India and Thailand, and I'm just like, wow, where did this come from?
Wow.
So very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Yeah, for sure. So just staying in trust and holding on to, the fact that everything is going to be okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank
And
you, Roy,
the
for
gentle rebellion said she's about to lay her crystals on a windowsill, so hearing about this makes the ritual even more special.
oh,
That's really
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Marie.
Appreciate you as well. And we'll be back soon for more lives and
Yeah,
more excitement as we
and
move through this beautiful year.
yeah, and appreciate the viewers as well. I hope you drop us some comments below and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
tell us what you've been experiencing.
Exactly. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Stay
Thanks,
safe.
everyone. Thanks, Marie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.